Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5. Can't believe we're in week 5, but we are. This week I did my discussion question. I actually did discussion question number 1, um, which all of it relates to education technology and how we can use it to change the way students think, the way students live, and also their interaction in the education arena. As far as this week's discussion, um, I want to briefly give you guys information on exactly what my opinions, not only my opinions, but what I feel happens. And so there are several advantages and disadvantages of designing, developing, and delivering web-based training. Weighing your audience and training content against this list of advantages and disadvantages, you should be able to better judge if what you have in mind is right for the web determination. Internet has been perhaps the most outstanding innovation in the world of communication in the history of mankind, in which is true, we do know that. As with every single innovation, internet has its own advantages and disadvantages. Nonetheless, the greater magnitude of its advantage outweighs its disadvantage. Today, we can initiate real-time communication with someone who is in another part of the world, which is simply amazing. Never thought in this day and time that we'll be able to do that, but here we are. For more personal and interactive communication. So that's basically meaning I can talk to students in China, I can teach with students in China, incorporate distant learning, and also become a student like I am now, living in North Carolina, but taking courses in Virginia. And so all of these things allow us to better not only educate teachers and educators, but also to educate our purpose, which is students. To further touch base, I want to hit several other topics. And one of those other topics that I wanted to hit tonight relates to the internet and how we can use it and make it purposeful for our students. And so the common platform and medium through which we are able to explore other cultures and um, other things. The internet is a treasure trove for information, which offers knowledge on any given topic under the sun. Um, Search engines make information accessible on the various subject matters, such as government, law and services, trade fairs and conferences, market information, new innovations and technology support, and even dispense advice on the love and relationship matters. Some of the biggest advantages include children control, how they control their own learning experience. Not only that, but the pace at which they learn. And it also allows us to challenge them as well. Computers help children to use all of their sense to extract information. Children learn through creating and utilizing hands-on knowledge. Computers help children develop a positive attitude toward technology. Computers also are beneficial in developing children's fundamental skills, letters, numbers, colors, shape, rhythms. All of this cause and affect problem solving, procedural thinking, creativity. Computers are really beneficial to children who love speech, audio, or monitor limitations because they act as patients. So it doesn't matter what the disability is. It helps those who may are blind. It helps the hearing and impaired. It helps benefit all learning styles as it relates to education. And one of the last parts that I want to touch on is simply some of the biggest advantages include children's control their own learning, and I discussed that earlier. Um, and not only that, computers really benefit children who have what I said earlier, which is speech and audio or motor limitations, because they act as patients. Tutoring allowing students to learn at their own pace. Computers can teach self-confidence and self-esteem. Computers can teach social skills, so that can be a positive and a negative. We know in the past we've had a lot of adults and students become very, very confident behind the camera, based on the computer or hiding behind the computer as someone totally different as identity. But in the education arena, we want to use that as a positive thing. not a negative thing. Some of the disadvantages, as with anything else in life, there are also some disadvantages. These include software needs to be carefully chosen in order to ensure that what is holding your child's attention is also educating them at the same time. So a lot of the social media network can be a distraction, but we have to learn how to make it to where students are doing exactly what needs to be done with this certain software. Some software doesn't make it obvious that it has no educational value. It is rare to find schools that has enough computers for every student. And that's why it is important to be in a school district that can provide the funding. And funding is so important when it comes to education and school. I am technically at a private school, and we are now incorporating iPads into the classroom. So learning how to integrate iPads. We already had the smart boards, but we're moving it to another level, which is now the 21st century, where students are using iPads as books. Students are using Kindle Fires as books, anything to educate them. And so that's where we are now. But those disadvantages come with technical issues with the iPads or iPads needing to be upgraded and no one knowing how to do that. So teachers, media specialists, we have to be up to date and on par with all of those things. Some software doesn't make it obvious that it has no educational value. It is rare to find a school that has enough computers for everybody and everything. Thus, scheduling can become problematic. It is difficult to get students' attention, and I can witness that, um, whenever they are on the computers. Musculoskeletal injuries and vision problems can arise whatever students spend too much time using the computers. But like I said, we want to look at the positive part of it. We want to look at how students are growing, how test scores are rising, just because of integrating the arts or integrating technology into the actual classroom. Um, and that's just, you know, how the world is going. We must be able to be compatible with what's going on in the world and how education is moving to a totally different factor. There is no more pens and paper. There is no more typewriter. It is now strictly computers, um, which at this day and time is the way the world is moving. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate sending your comments. Um, my references I'll post. I found a good article that helped me with this, and so I wrote it all up and gave my opinion as well. Have a good one. Bye bye.